How's it, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Prince John Internet TV. I'm going to focus on a few meditations today, along with some affirmations and some thoughts on relationships. I breathe and I let go of anything in my life that I don't need. For example, I might be interested in buying a watch, but do I need it? Can I get the time from my phone? Is the watch just to make myself feel good or to uh, impress others? In such case, I should perhaps focus that energy in the bedroom for myself and rely on that source of energy as for satisfactory experiences as opposed to playing around with material things. In other words, the difference between I think children and childish behavior and adulthood is is working and orienting one's life and financial approach towards family as opposed to trying to invest in things that are not as such and that aren't necessary to you know uh, to sustain a family with food and housing. So I don't hope that anything will happen any sooner. For, for instance, if I'm on the bus, I don't hope that I can get to a place sooner. If I feel nervous about being late or something, I do light work. My goal is to always be joyful wherever I am. I think it's easy to change something, and it's called the way that I talk. You know, and notice how certain people talk who like to drink alcohol and they swear and it's not, don't think of it as bad, think of it as different. That way there's no uh, negative judgment that you create in your own realm, but rather you can be defensive and just avoid them and distinguish yourself by doing things like before starting a relationship with your wife, who I don't know who it is, and I believe I'm going to be with her one day. Make sure that before starting such a relationship, previous attachments are concluded, and and taking care of simple things like not uh, rough handling bags and shoes, just making sure that you're delicate with all things to maximize their lifespan and longevity. And I do things like I wash my socks every night with my hands, hand washing in the sink. And I like to do things like invite a challenge into my life and mistakes. Say I'm ready to make a mistake so I can learn, and therefore I feel like since I'm consciously inviting the challenge, that the challenges are not random and I am in control of them. I am speaking them into existence so that I might focus my life to improve upon it. Something that I believe wasn't taught really in school, in high school to me, was that if it's necessary, one should work 60-hour weeks just to make sure that one's basic needs are met and have a certain standard of living. Another thought, women and members of the LGBT community, I notice some of you like to kind of be feminine and kind of lazy. And so I encourage you to think about this and think about maybe all people should have a cultural standard of being athletic and fit and healthy, as opposed to um, having your personality be part of your personality be that you don't do exercise. Just a thought for you. And here's a positive statement to make to yourself if you're feeling down and you're feeling potentially distracted from a like objective, you can say this. You can say, I will take good care of my spouse and love them, and try to bring at least 2 children into the world. And this is this is something that might help you to focus and enjoy life, and not just fall victim to a short-term relationship, which is often a result of poor judgment and just being overcome by lust pheromones. So another thought, rather than trying to justify oneself to an angry person, try doing what you can to simply get away from them, give them space. Don't try to talk to them or make them feel better. Let them do that themselves. Take care of yourself. Don't get consumed by their anger. Alright, I'm going to stop it here, and I will see you next time. Aloha.